Have you ever stopped to ponder, with a chuckle-worthy twist, whether a parallel version of yourself, perhaps lounging in some far-flung dimension where lost socks form their own utopia and coffee flows eternally from a cosmic tap, is frantically waving a glowing sign across the multiverse, desperately hoping you will catch their dry-witted message, something along the lines of, "Hey, dimwit, you're squandering your potential over there, and I'm over here rolling my eyes?" If that little nugget of absurdity tickles your imagination even slightly, please do me the grand favor of pausing right now to like this and subscribe so you can keep up with all the delightfully mind-bending episodes yet to come on the Why We Question channel, where we gleefully unravel the strangest threads of human existence. Now, let us dive headfirst into this fantastical notion with all the seriousness we can muster. Picture a parallel you, possibly a more audacious, infinitely wiser, or even hilariously wittier incarnation, who is practically pounding on the shimmering walls of reality itself, begging you to hear this urgent plea to unlock the vast, untapped potential that lies dormant within you, just waiting for its moment to shine. This is not merely some whimsical flight of fancy borrowed from a science fiction paperback. It is a genuine invitation to explore the staggering depths of what you, yes, you, are truly capable of accomplishing in this wild and unpredictable life. Consider for a moment how frequently we meander through our days, ensnared in monotonous routines that feel akin to trudging on a treadmill stuck perpetually at a lackluster, soul-draining pace. Never too fast, never too thrilling. Just an 18, Satu. Endless loop of good enough. We convince ourselves with unwavering certainty that we are doing perfectly fine, that we are merely ordinary people bound by ordinary limitations, destined to live within the confines of a predictable script. But what if that self-imposed narrative is the grandest, most deceptive falsehood we have ever unwittingly accepted as truth? Somewhere out there, woven into the intricate tapestry of parallel existences, there exists a version of you who seized that fleeting opportunity, who boldly voiced that unspoken conviction, or who relentlessly pursued that audacious dream you keep shoving into the cluttered attic of your mind, hoping it will quietly fade away. That version is not looming over you with judgment or scorn. No, they are reaching out with earnest intent, perhaps whispering softly, or, let us be honest, shouting with all their might, depending on how dramatic they turned out to be, that you possess within you vast, uncharted reservoirs of strength, ingenuity, resilience, and untamed possibility, all just yearning to be unleashed into the world. Unlocking this hidden potential is not about undergoing some drastic metamorphosis into an entirely different person, as though you must shed your current self like an ill-fitting coat. Rather, it is about meticulously peeling away the thick, suffocating layers of doubt, hesitation, and fear that we have allowed to accumulate over the years, burying our truest selves beneath their weight. Cast your mind back to those fleeting moments when you astonished even yourself. Perhaps it was the time you delivered that presentation with such unexpected poise and brilliance that you left the room buzzing, despite being utterly convinced you would stumble through it in a nervous heap. Or maybe it was when you tackled that stubbornly leaking faucet, armed with nothing more than a rusty wrench, a smattering of determination, and a refusal to admit defeat. Those were not mere accidents or strokes of dumb luck. They were vivid, undeniable glimpses of the authentic you, the one that parallel version is tirelessly rooting for you to recognize and embrace fully. It is the you who stands tall when the odds loom large, who carves a path where none seems to exist, who meets every "I cannot" with a defiant grin and a resounding Just watch me prove you wrong. Here is the truly exhilarating part, the revelation that might just set your heart racing. You do not need some elaborate, glowing portal ripped straight from a blockbuster movie to tap into this extraordinary potential. It is already there, coursing through your veins, humming quietly beneath the surface of your everyday self, like a dormant power grid poised for someone brave enough to throw the switch and light up the world. You can begin wherever you stand, with whatever you have. Perhaps by dipping your toes into that hobby you have been endlessly daydreaming about but never dared to try, or by raising your voice in that meeting where you usually shrink into silence, or even by simply allowing yourself to envision a life grander, bolder, and more vibrant than the one you have quietly settled into, like a pair of worn-out slippers. Every single step you take toward embracing that potential is akin to sending a triumphant, across-the-multiverse high five to that parallel you, who is likely perched somewhere fantastical, cheering you on with unbridled enthusiasm, possibly while snacking on a bucket of interdimensional popcorn and marveling at your progress. This video is not just about indulging in introspective musings for the sake of filling time or sounding clever. It is a clarion call to action, a passionate urging to claim the life you deserve with every fiber of your being, rather than passively drifting through the one you have stumbled into by default, letting circumstance dictate your story. So, the next time you find yourself teetering on the edge of doubt, questioning what you are truly capable of achieving, take a moment to conjure up that parallel you in your mind's eye. Perhaps they are sporting a flowing cape like a superhero of legend, or maybe they are simply the undisputed master of parallel parking in their reality, and let them nudge you gently, or perhaps shove you with gusto out of that stifling comfort zone. Stop selling yourself short, because you have got this in ways you have not even begun to fathom. And that parallel, you knows it with unshakable certainty. Now, go out there and prove them right, one fearless, glorious step at a time.